How is everyone? Tamara, it's good to see you. I am actually organized tonight. Yay! It's been a busy day, but I feel good. I feel good. Found a great new naturopath, and oh my goodness, when somebody figures things out, it makes you feel wonderful. Anyway, that's a big lift, and I am feeling awesome. I got some great stories for you tonight, and I got my studio a little picked up. I mean, it had been a hot mess down here, just a real bad mess because there was stuff everywhere. And I was like, oh, and trying to get things put away and still get out to the shed that we're building out there and do things. And I just decided I needed to put things away. And in doing so, I found stuff I hadn't even opened yet. Like I found this cool set of sume brushes and some sume ink paint and some intense ink blocks that I haven't used yet. And I'm like, I need to use those. So I will. Thank you. Yeah. So tonight, it's just stories tonight. Just stories. I won't be here on Sunday because it's Sister Summer Solstice celebration. Happy solstice, by the way. It is the longest day of the year and of sunlight. I mean, the longest amount of sunlight, we should say. Anyway, my sisters and I every year around this time get together and head out someplace and spend, I think are we doing Sunday night, Monday night, and then we'll be back Tuesday, yes. So, or it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but this, with everybody's schedule being different and things like that, we're going Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, off to go troll hunting. There are installations all over here in the Northwest on different places of these giant, big trolls, carved. Some are made out of recycled material, and they've been installed in different places in the woods and stuff. So we're off on a troll hunt. We thought that would be something fun and different, and Patty really wanted to see it, and yeah, so that's what we're going to be. So Sunday night, I won't be here for story and art, but I'll be back again I'll be back, and then next Thursday we'll have to do all kinds of art. But tonight I have 3 stories, so yes, it's going to be fun. So yesterday, here in the United States, Tamara, yesterday was a national holiday called Juneteenth, and it is the commemoration of the abolishment of slavery. And it is a day that, as long as I was young, was not celebrated as a national. It's only become a national holiday, like really recently. And so everything was closed up yesterday and all that kind of stuff. But I have one book that is kind of in commemoration of that. And then I have another book about an amazing woman, and another book about another young girl and her dreams. And so the first book is more of a poem, and it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's going to be awesome to spend time. So the first book is called Hold Them Close, A Love Letter to Black Children. And I got to tell you that the artwork in this just completely blew me away. It's by Jamila Tompkins Bigelow, but I wanted to read what the illustrator said about it. And the illustrator is 2 people, actually. Illustrator Patrick Doher with photography by Jamal Shabazz. And the illustrator's note says, Sister Jamila's words read like a profound poetry to me and went right to my soul. I saw this as a book that would not only be important for young readers, but also for the whole family and community. I wanted to create art that would match the seriousness of the text, but also honor the bold beauty of the story. I wanted each image in this book to be significant and stunning. That's a high order for anybody to do. To that end, I humbly reached out to one of my personal heroes and a source of great inspiration to me, the iconic photographer Jamal Shabazz. I felt deeply blessed when he enthusiastically agreed to be part of the project. The beautiful children and adults depicted in this book had never met before the day of the photo shoot, yet within moments they'd become like family. I had created a storyboard for the book, and my brother Jamal lovingly guided the family through the poses for each spread. It was a joyous and harmonious process, and I think that shows in the images, and I think you'll get that. Once the photos were done, I began the process of illustrating, collaging, and painting. The spirit that flows through the pages is meant to symbolize the love, power, and guidance of our ancestors. The gold leaf halos are meant to depict the divinity within us all, and the crowns on the children symbolize the royalty inherent in our children. Oh, I love this. I feel deeply blessed and grateful to have been part of this project. I learned and grew so much through the process of creating the art for Hold Them Close. My great hope is that the readers will be able to feel my heart and the love that I put into each page of this special book. And it is a special book, that is for sure. The full moon with the winter solstice. Oh my gosh. I hope you get an image of that, Tamara. That's right. You are on winter solstice. Full moon. How amazing. Okay, so here is the book. Hold Them Close. A love letter to Black children. Scoot it over so you can get everything in there. I took the frame down and around so I could get it big enough for Hold Them Close. You can see that the people are photographed, everything else collaged, painted, illustrated. There are layers and layers. It's just amazing. When happy things come to you, hold them close and never let go. Hold on to that one time when you just knew you had slam dunked the sun. Keep feeling its fire on your fingertips. Hold on to new eyes, eyes that you've just met. Eyes that have stars of wonder in them, eyes like yours. And hold on to eyes, older, wiser, and warm, that somehow never lost those same stars. Hold on to the smile of that loved one who just got free, a smile bright like a moon reborn. Hold on to their freedom glow, hug and hold on and don't let go. Hold on to the good tastes and good laughs on your tongue, a dinner that fills up every part of you. Pass the food and pass the jokes. Hold on to the memories. You'll pass those on too. Hold on to the stories the grown folks tell you of your greatness, of empires and Wall Streets, of kings and Malcolms, of Idas and Sojourners, of Hueys and Asatas, of fighters and poets, of change makers and truth tellers, and the first ones to break through. You'll need to keep those stories the same way the grown folks kept them. Close your eyes, wrap your arms around you, and hold on tight. But When sad things come, you won't want to hold on to those things. You'll feel like pushing them away. Some things you can. Push away the times you lose with the memory of a win. Push your disappointment away with a dream. Let the tears come if they want to, but then, when you can, blink them back. Sometimes you can imagine those sad things away. Other sad things, though, come with a sadness bigger than sadness. You can't imagine them away. When the grown folks tell the stories of our great sadness, stories of the past and of today, let the tears come. They will need to. The grown folks might need to let their tears come too. Hug someone if it feels good. Let out the sad words that get trapped inside. Those who love you will listen. Then look in the mirror. Do not blink. And remember. Remember the children from days gone by, the ones who looked like you. Don't look away. See their sad things. And then see how they imagined too. See how they imagined you. See how they took and made joy however and wherever they could. See their eyes bright with the light of a drinking gourd. Those stars twinkle in your eyes too. See the glow of the sun on their faces as they sang freedom, freedom in the streets. The same sun shines on your face too. See young people like you today reaching to the skies, the sun blazing from their fingertips. They are shouting that that we matter. From your heart, shout it too. See how the faces from the past, see them. See the swirling black winds of their hair and yours. See how the faces from the past light up the skies the way yours lights up the world. See their might, their brilliance, their victories, their sadness. See them. Remember them. Hold them close and never let go. And that's Hold Them Close by Jamila Tompkins Bigelow, illustrated by Patrick Dorr, with photography by Jamal Shabazz. Just a beautiful book. It pulls up, and it's such a history lesson too. I mean, in ways that it goes on the photos, of empires, of Wall Streets, of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of kings, Martin Luther King and Malcolm, and of Ida and Sojourner Truth and Huey's, and these people from American history. And they show pictures here. And then there's this part where it illustrates the imbalance in our system of who's incarcerated and who's not, and then the names of people who have been killed in ridiculous, from George Floyd to Trayvon Martin to Breonna Taylor, all kinds of things. But still, it has this kind of history lesson, but still this hope through it. And it's so beautifully done. So, so beautifully done. I just think it's wonderful. And that was Hold Them Close. Yay. Hi, Linda. How are you? Gosh, good to see you. So yes, that was Hold Them Close, a love letter to Black children. I did that for Juneteenth yesterday and shared it with a friend of mine that that does, my friend Alicia in Atlanta that does the Gumbo newsletter. And she oftentimes features people who have done, Black Americans who have done amazing things all over. But that book, let's see. Yeah. So it was a good, really good one. So I have two more. Watching The Chosen. Oh my goodness. All right. This next book is one of those, a biography, like, a picture book biography where they kind of get most of the things right. Gives you a little hint about this person, someone I did not know about either. And I think you're going to like it. It is, turn to here. Uh-oh. What happened there? Stop that. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to, what's that? Don't need that. Here. There we go. There we go. All right. So this is by Megan Reed, and she has done about Megan Reed. Here's about her. She got her degree, her Master's of Art in English Literature. She acquired and edited several best-selling and award-winning books as an editor at Simon & Schuster's Touchstone and Emily Bessler book imprints. She joined FX Networks and currently serves as Vice President of Development. She's done multiple award nominees, including The Patient, Fleischman is in Trouble, Kindred, and Pistol. She's developed a 2023 Oscar-nominated animated short, My Year of Dicks. In 2022, she was named to the Hollywood Reporter's Next Gen 35 Under 35. So she's a graduate of Northern Arizona University. She's done a lot of different things. But these are her books for kids. Who Did It First? 50 Icons, Luminaries, and Legends Who Revolutionized the World. Althea Gibson, The Story of Tennis, Fleet of Foot Girl. And the one we're going to read tonight is Miriam's Magic, the story of mathematician Miriam Mirzakhani. Mirzakhani. I had it right once, but hey, that's how that goes. And it is illustrated by Aliyah Jalil. And Aliyah is pretty interesting about her. She is a freelance illustrator, designer, development. She, didn't have a whole lot in here, but her work I thought was pretty interesting. Her character design. She shows some things about how she develops characters, different things for animation or type of thing, her visual development, what she's done. How I love this on her website, how she talks about how her characters are developed and what she does for them and different ideas with different things. I thought that was interesting as an artist. I thought, that's very cool, because she kind of gets a whole idea about it. Animation that she's done, illustration, beautiful, beautiful work in her illustration. And her published works, this one, Hannah and the Ramadan Gift, I'll have to save that for next year. Fatima would like that. Under My Hijab, and wonderful. This is just some really, really good books that I'm really interested in. So today, though, I'm reading Miriam's Magic, which, yay. Here we go. It's right there. Miriam's Magic. The story of mathematician Miriam Mirzakhani by Megan Reed and illustrations by Aliyah Jalil. Oh. And this story is so, I thought, oops, hang on. One of the things I thought that was really interesting about this was the crossover of her love of art into mathematics and how that happened, which boggles my mind. But I kind of understood it the way it was described here. Miriam Mirzakhani was a storyteller. Every night before she went to bed, she would tell her sister tales of fierce adventurers, brave tricksters, and wizards with powers beyond compare. No matter what kind of trouble they got into, they used their wits to find a solution. Every day after school, she and her best friend Roya would roam the swoops and curves of her city's busy streets. Their favorite block was crowded with bookstores, and they spent long afternoons dreaming themselves into the plots of their favorite stories. And every weekend, she spread long rolls of paper on her bedroom floor, then crouched in a ball to scribble and color the worlds she imagined. They were intricate and beautiful, each detail designed to make her favorite scenes shine. Together, her art and stories made magic. Miriam wanted to be a famous writer when she grew up. She loved her reading and art classes. During the war that tore her home country of Iran apart, girls and women weren't allowed to attend school with boys, or sometimes even at all. But after the war was over, politicians started new schools to allow girls' talents to grow. "You are part of a lucky generation," Miriam's mother told her. But when it came time for math each day, Miriam felt the opposite of lucky. Miriam was a storyteller. She was not a mathematician. The numbers made her head spin. How could she care about something so pointless, so cold? She would rather doodle and dream. When Miriam was 12, her teacher announced that they would be learning geometry, a new kind of math. Miriam sighed. Oh. But geometry was different from any math she'd known before. Every number held a story. It made those numbers into shapes, and those shapes into pictures. 1 degree of difference could make a triangle acute or right. Removing a Y shape from the end of a line showed that it was a segment, not a ray. Miriam dreamed of magical shapes. They looked like bulging light bulbs and endless figure eights and layers of donuts. She made up fantastic tales about them. How many lines would it take to draw them? What kinds of patterns could cover them? If there were 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000,000 shapes like them, could you tell the same stories about them all? Miriam came to love these number stories like she loved the characters from her favorite books. In high school, Miriam and Roya both entered the International Mathematical Olympiad, a competition for young mathematicians. They were the first girls to make the Iranian team. That first year, they each brought home a medal for their efforts, but it wasn't the grand prize. Miriam and Roya wanted to be heroines, the first girls to win the first place for Iran. Together, they trained long hours to prepare for the next year's competition in Toronto, Canada. When the judges announced the grand prize, Roya and the team cheered loudly. Miriam had gotten a perfect score. Miriam was even more certain now that she wanted to devote her life to the stories numbers told. After college, she left Iran for graduate school at Harvard University in the United States. She and her professors would talk about new formulas and the theories in English for hours while she scribbled notes in Farsi, her native language. When it was hard to solve a difficult equation, Miriam covered her house's floor with big sheets of paper and knelt to trace them with loops and lines, just as she had when she was young. By now, Miriam was married with a child of her own. She drew so much that sometimes her daughter, Anahita, would tell people proudly that her mommy was a painter. As she got older, Miriam's geometry stories and pictures became more complex. She wanted to stretch the limits of what humans understood about the idea of infinity, equations that went on and on and on without end. She crafted mathematical formulas as if she were plotting the twists and turns of a suspenseful novel. It's not only the question, but the way you try to solve it, she would tell her students. Miriam began to write papers about her findings. Other thinkers would gather from far and wide to hear her speak. For one tough problem, she imagined a twisty mirrored room where a thief was hiding. With the help of her pictures, math told her where a security guard would have to stand to protect valuable treasures. People even called one of her discoveries the magic wand theorem, because it worked like magic to solve many problems that scientists had been puzzling over for more than 100 years. She explained it using the image of a pool table, with balls that zigzagged and zagged forever. If you covered the balls in paint, how long would it take for their scattered paths to color the table entirely? Miriam's magic wand math helped people all over the world. Astronauts could plot safer courses for their rocket ships. Meteorologists could predict weather patterns with more speed and accuracy. Doctors could understand how dangerous diseases grew and spread. And in 2014, Miriam received an email from the International Mathematical Union telling her that she had won the Fields Medal, the most important award in math, for her magic wand. She was the first woman and the first Iranian to ever receive the prize. Miriam was proud but not boastful. She just wanted to help others discover the amazing worlds math helped her see. She couldn't believe that, as a child, she very nearly gave up on it. Now even more people knew about her talent, but she had a secret that only her closest friends and family knew. Optimistic, curious Miriam was sick with breast cancer. For 3 years, she continued storytelling as the cancer spread to her liver and her bones. When she died in 2017, her home country of Iran mourned, and her picture was on the front page of newspapers around the world. She represented bravery and courage, even though she was often the only woman in the classroom, the youngest to lead a research project, the smallest to speak in front of hundreds on a stage. She never let that stop her from sharing the extraordinary stories that numbers told. At Miriam's memorial, Roya, a math professor herself, spoke about her best friend. She told the story of a bright girl hungry for knowledge, who had also had a kind heart and a beautiful mind. She reminded the crowd that before Miriam was a mathematician, she was a storyteller. But magically, she was always meant to be both. And, itch here. The author says, she said she first heard about Miriam and her magic wand theorem in her New York Times obituary after she died in 2017, When I saw that Miriam was the first woman to win the most prestigious prize in mathematics, it felt shocking that the barrier had only recently been broken, in 2014. Sometimes it's difficult for me to wrap my head around the fact that there are still firsts for women to achieve, even though we know that talent, intelligence, and strength are qualities any person can possess. I was sad that I had learned about this heroic figure only after she passed away. I wished I could have let her know how much I admired her, but I was enchanted by a tidbit near the end of the article. Dr. Mirzakani often dived into her math research by doodling on vast pieces of paper with equations at the edges. How exciting that a brilliant mathematician was also an artist who could bring the secrets of the infinite universe down to her living room floor. When I did more research and learned that young Miriam actually disliked math as a child and tried to give it up, I was even more surprised. It reminded me uncomfortably of myself. I'm sure my teachers got tired of my whining about math. But one day, a teacher overheard me complaining and handed me a play about algebra, Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. Reading it, I found math suddenly becoming real to me, and more than that, it became beautiful. I loved the idea that, along with lots of hard work, art and stories gave Miriam the unique view of the world that catapulted her to the top of her field. She didn't have to give up or hide her other interests, but instead transformed them into something important, brilliant, and groundbreaking. I still get confused by more abstract ideas in math. Trying to understand and then figuring out ways to write about Miriam's theories was a challenge, but it reminded me that none of us is just one thing. Miriam was a storyteller who was also a mathematics genius. Other people are sports stars or sing or chefs who are computer wizards or firefighters with green thumbs. There are entire universes of talents and skills, and just because you love one thing dearly doesn't mean you can't excel at another. In fact, combining them might be the ingredient that helps you think, imagine, and achieve like no one else can. I thought often of Miriam's daughter, Anahita, while writing this book, partly because Dr. Mirzakani reminded me of my own mother, Michelle. She was also an immigrant to the United States who worked long hours to become a professor and researcher while raising my sister and me. I really believe that good moms are magicians in their own way. Above everything else, I hope that this version of Miriam's story captures even a little bit of what Anahita loved about her. And it goes through this whole list of when in 2014, when she got the Fields Medal. Now, the Fields Medal is interesting because it's the equivalent to a Nobel Prize. There's no Nobel Prize in mathematics. There's the Fields Medal. And so she got her 2004, she finished her PhD in Harvard. She died at the age of 40 from breast cancer. But what a legacy she left behind, I tell you. So, okay, that was that one. Now I have one more. Right, Courage and Wisdom. Yeah. So many things. But yes, math was, oh my goodness, some of the things. And that she was so taken by saw geometry as art. And that's really interesting. It always just kind of made my head hurt. Now this next book is called, hang on, let me think. May Among the Stars. Now I don't know. I read another book by this author one time. That's why I got a little confused. Rhoda Ahmed. She's a Norwegian author. She has done Edda Extraordinaire, which I read to you guys, I'm pretty sure. Goodnight Wiggly Toes, some other things. May Among the Stars is what I'm going to read. And I was just going to see if there was anything else about her. She was born in Hargeisa, Somalia, and moved to Norway with her family and 7 siblings. She's a graduate of anthropology from the Norwegian University of Technology and Natural Sciences. Rhoda also has mastered 5 languages: Somali, Arabic, Norwegian, English, and French. Oh my goodness. Lots of things that she's done. And this book is illustrated by Stacia Burrington. And Stacia she lives in SeaTac area out near the Seattle Tacoma Airport. She's a Japanese-American artist living and working in SeaTac, Washington, with her favorite people and 2 cats. She's a kind and curious illustrator and storyteller with over 30 years of image and object making experience. She has a wide variety of type of art that she does. She's illustrated best-selling children's books. Anne is the creator of the well-loved tarot deck. She's been honored with the Master of Erotic Art title by the Foundation for Sex Positive Culture in 2020. So her her realm of art is vast. It is quite vast, from children's illustration all the way to erotic art. And tarot. This is her tarot deck. And it's just pretty amazing that she's got such a vast interest. But she's the author of this book, May Among the Stars, which is also based on a true story. May Among the Stars. Another first for someone. Little May was a dreamer. They say that daydreamers never succeed, but little May was different. One day, May was working on an assignment for school about what she wanted to be when she grew up. What will you tell them, May? I will tell them that I want to see Earth. This is Earth, May, her mother said. The flowers, the grass, the forests, and the mountains, we live on Earth. I know, but I want to see Earth from out there. That's an amazing plan, little May. Then you have to become an astronaut. That way you can see Earth from space. Astronaut? Do you think I could do that? Of course you can. If you can dream it, if you believe it and work hard for it, anything is possible. May asked her mom to take her to the library. She searched for books about space and astronauts. After dinner, May drew pictures of space, and she even made her own astronaut costume out of old orange curtains and cardboard boxes. Later, she asked her dad, "But how do I become an astronaut? It seems impossible." "You'll find your way, May, because if you dream it, believe in it, and work hard for it, anything is possible." But space is so far away. It's closer than you think, little May, and you may get there sooner than you think. That night, May had a happy dream. She was dancing in space, surrounded by billions of sparkling stars. Below her, she could see Earth floating and turning like a shining crystal ball. The next morning, May told her parents about her dream. She wanted to tell everyone, and every time she talked about it, her eyes would light up. In the classroom, Miss Bell told everyone to stand in a line on the rug. "Today, we are all going to share our dreams about the future. What do you want to be, and what do you want to do when you grow up? Who wants to go first?" "I want to be a firefighter." "I want to be a teacher." "Football player." "I want to be a mom." "I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut." All the kids started laughing. Miss Bell asked, "May, are you sure you don't want to be a nurse? Nursing would be a good profession for someone like you." "I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be an astronaut. May felt very disappointed. On her way home from school, May was quiet. She looked out the car window. Her world turned blue and cold. Nothing was the way it used to be. At home, May started crying. Miss Bell said I can't become an astronaut. Well, what a silly thing to say, said her mother. She told me I should be a nurse instead, said May. Her mom wiped away her tears. My dear May, I hope you didn't believe her. Of course I believed her. She's my teacher. I'm sorry Miss Bell didn't encourage you, but she can't stop you. No one can stop you. Follow your dreams, May, and go to space. Thank you, Mom. I promise when I get to space, I will wave to you and Dad from the spaceship. Her mom took her hand and they started dancing. You must always repeat to yourself, if I can dream it, I can believe in it, and if I work hard for it, anything is possible. May went on dreaming, believing, and working really hard. And guess what? She went to space and waved to her mom and dad on Earth. Dr. May Jemison. May Carol Jemison was born October 17th, 1956. She's the same year I was born, in Decatur, Alabama. May always loved science. She loved being outside and looking up at the stars, knowing that one day she would travel to space. May is highly educated. She graduated from Morgan Park High School in 1973, and at the incredible age of 16, she enrolled at Stanford University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering in 1977. After May got her MD in 1981, she was 16 in 73. And at age 24, she got her MD. After getting her MD in 1981 from Cornell Medical College, she briefly worked as a general practitioner before leaving to work with the Peace Corps as a medical officer in Liberia and Sierra Leone. When she returned home, May decided to follow her childhood dream of going to space and accomplished many firsts. She applied to NASA's astronaut training program and on June 4th, 1987 was accepted. She became the first African-American female astronaut. On September 12, 1992, May's dream finally came true when she traveled to space on the shuttle Endeavour, mission STS-47. It was then that May officially became the first African-American woman in space. May left NASA in 1993 and became the first real astronaut to act in an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Today, she heads the Jemison Group and the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence. May speaks fluent Russian, Japanese, and Swahili, besides English. Oh my goodness. Talk about an incredible. Incredible. I still wants to be a photographer and an astronaut for now. Oh my gosh, there is a book that I picked up that was done by a photographer in England, and it's called Apollo Remastered. And this photographer went and got because all the photographs from NASA are in the public domain, so anybody can have access to them. And he got them and he digitally remastered them. I mean, so they're all old film and they're this and that. So he was able to enhance them with the new digital kind of things. The book came out last year or 2 years ago. I bought it. It's beautiful. There are images of things that he got that had not been able to be put together, and he got pictures from some of the, like the Super 8 movie that films that, oh my gosh. Anyway, it's called Apollo Remastered. I would love to see it. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Anyway, um, yay, Star Trek. Yeah, I thought that was pretty spectacular. Just the three books tonight had very different kind of art, and I thought that was kind of fun. Um, that they all had such different art in them. Anyway, so that's the story for tonight. So, Lindy, you weren't here yet, and whoever, I won't be home Sunday. Sisters week, we're doing our sisters. That's the first night, so I'll be on Vashon Island someplace with my sisters, and so I won't have a show on Sunday night. I'll be gone Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but so I'll be back for next Thursday. Do a show for regular show next Thursday. So, but that's what that is. I wanted to let you know ahead of time. I'll try to remember to put a post on the community page on YouTube. But what else was I going to tell? Can't remember now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the books. This one, Hold Them Close. Yeah, such a beautiful book. And just there, yeah, there's some good ones out there. I've got some good ones that I checked out at the library. I've got 4 more on hold at the library that I've come with, and I've got some sitting over there. So who knows, but at least I got my studio a little cleaned up today when I came back from the naturopath. Yes, it's so nice. And it was really putting together today's, I can tell that there's been a shift back because it was kind of effortless. I had a really kind of a messed up breakdown on my artwork the other day. Something happened with my print provider. They didn't tell me that they had canceled a kind of paper. I had a customer who ordered something on that kind of paper. She'd ordered it for her daughter. It wasn't there. I was getting these, it was just this awful thing. So finally I just said, I'm just going to print it and send it to her myself, overnight it so it can get to her. And then my printer wasn't going to work. The one was out of ink and I didn't have the ink for it. The other one came up and I had the ink to replace the one that was, so I got that. I got hers printed. We got it to the post office. That was on Tuesday. She said, well, we're closed tomorrow, but it'll get there by Thursday at 6, which we thought it wasn't going to get there till Friday. So she's gotten it today. Yay. And I felt really good about that. And then I came home and Bob, I said, I'm just so tired of it being a struggle. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And Bob said, just go down and print a few things. Just go print some black and white. That was at like 4:00 in the afternoon. At 11 o'clock that night, I closed down my printer because I ran out of ink. My master cartridge was full. And I had printed, I've probably 10 infrared pieces that I'm very happy with, and 1 color that's just this dreamy, abstracty sailing. And I was like, yay! And I felt totally recharged. So I made it through that struggle bus. I got off the struggle bus and kicked its tail and said, go away, go pick somebody else up, or leave people alone, or go to the junkyard. Struggle bus, go to the junkyard, leave us alone. Anyway, yeah, I will have a wonderful time with my sisters. I'm looking forward to it. I want to hear all about Sarah was in Montana seeing my nephew Matt. Patty posted a picture today. She had set up a studio table outside her studio. She was sitting outside in the shade, drawing and doing her Zentangles and stuff. And I want to hear more about Carolyn's trip to Spain for her birthday in April. So all of that, we'll have a good time. So everybody, that's it for today. And I will be back next Thursday. So, bucket fillers, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. You really fill my bucket. And I hope that this brought you a little bit of joy and it filled your buckets too, and got to share some beautiful stories and art with you. So until next time, yeah, Bob the cheerleader, literally, he knew just what I needed. Oh my gosh, he came down and sat with me too when I was I was like practically throwing things, and he just kind of walked in and helped me calm. It was good. Doesn't happen very often, but boy, I can get in a stuck mode, and it was going to be a tizzy. It was going to be a Norwegian redheaded wild tizzy. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Anyway, everybody, you guys, thanks so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, just keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feeling alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool with a love